Hello, this is a quick demo to explain how to connect QtTermTCP, the packet radio client, to QtSoundModem, the TNC, software-based TNC, the port of UZ7HO's SoundModem to multi-platform, authored by G8BPQ, and it's available on his website. If you Google G8BPQ and BPQ32, you will find QtSoundModem linked from his site, or you can also look that up on my website at eindhoven.space. The purpose of this setup is to connect the Qt terminal straight to the modem, and you can see it here running on this system. It's inside a virtual desktop. That's only because I run my modem and radio gear on a different Raspberry Pi than the one that I run my terminal on. So I'll show you how that's set up. We have it running at the moment with two ports, with both of them running on the left mono channel, because it's on single sideband. The only difference is the tones, and so that you can run 2 or even 4 ports on the same frequency on the dial of the radio. So, but we only have 2 configured, and I'll come to that later. The important part here is to set up a port for your AGWPE, the AGW packet engine, which is a protocol, a standard that we've adopted over the years for packet radio interconnection. So at the moment, it's as long as you pick a port that's above 1024, you should be fine, as long as it's not in use by anything else. I just picked up some repetitive numbers, so I've got 6666, and make sure that the checkbox is enabled here, and click OK. So, right, over to the basic starting point in QtTerm is a single window, and it's very basic, but I will go into this another time. It is possible to set up the terminal to be tabbed or multi-windowed with monitor windows and lots of advanced features for connecting to multiple packet systems at the same time. It's quite a extensive and really well thought out client for interacting with packet radio in today's environment, and of course it also runs on multiple platforms. So to set up the AGW port, we have to go to the setup menu and select AGW setup, and it's fairly straightforward and very self-explanatory. Basically, as long as you have this checkbox enabled to enable the interface and enable the monitor as well, and what that will do later on when you finally update the terminal program to use multiple windows rather than the one, you will get an additional window to see the traffic that you're sending, and you can monitor that specifically through this interface. Okay, so we put the host. Now, if you're running on the same PC or same computer as QtSoundModem, you put the local host IP address, and that's this one, 127.0.0.1. However, in my case, my one is actually running on a separate system, as I demonstrated on a virtual desktop of another system. I'm going to have to put the IP address of that in and make sure that the port number matches. That's the 6666, and we're ready. Let's save that. Now you can tell that it's working or not when this turns to AGW connected. But as you can see, the status here is now gone AGW connected. Now the importance of that status being there is that you won't have the connect menu option to actually make a connection to AGW. Now this comes back to the QtSoundModem settings menu, where it shows you the ports that were set up. As you see, there's modem 1, 2, 3 and 4, and those are defined and they show up here. You see there's 2 disabled, 3 and 4 says none, 3 and 4 is disabled. So you select one, and then you select the destination you want to connect to. I don't think the band is open at the moment. I can try OH. Let's try that station, OH3 SRT-1. It's a node, so let's see if we can get to it. Let me just have a listen to the packet. quite faint. Yeah, we've got multiple overlapping stations transmitting, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. Force a disconnect. Okay, we've got the disconnect perfectly fine there. Short packets. That's it. There are more advanced features, so I'm going to do them now, and that is to switch the terminal into multiple tabbed systems. So setup menu, click tabbed, it will prompt you to say that you need to restart the application. We do that, you say yes. When you've got this set up, you can connect with the AGW on one of the channels. We'll do that one again, and meanwhile we can go to another window and select connect, and I'll connect through to one of my boxes, which is a BPQ node. This is running and it has quite a few ports will appear, so you can actually monitor the ports. This window is switched, so each tab can be changed independently to a different type. So you can have terminal only, terminal and monitor, or monitor only. When you've got terminal monitor, there's a split screen, and the way you can reposition that is by right clicking and then select monitor output input split and move it accordingly like that. So now if I put the monitor on, say on the AX, one of the AX IP ports, have a look on that. We can see the monitor of the traffic, and can have a look at the traffic as it's traversing the AX25 session over the AX IP wormhole. This one is AX IP. There are other formats called AX UDP, and it runs on a different port, but that's a complete another ball game altogether. And so multiple ports, multiple windows, multiple sessions. There's another way of running this as well, and that's in MDI mode. And MDI mode is what that does, it's like cascaded windows, so you can have multiple terminals side by side in parallel rather than tabbed, and that allows you to tile all of the windows across and have them open up and visible all at once. I personally used to do that when I had a larger screen set up, but as it is right now, I just stick it in tab mode for the simplicity of clicking along the bottom here. So conditions aren't great, but it is trying to send the packets across still. There we go. It's between the Netherlands and Finland, so it is a bit of a trip. And what time is it? It's nearly 4 PM in the afternoon. Yeah, so okay. Now, while it's in split mode, it isn't possible to monitor the AGW in this type of terminal, so which is why you have a separate AGW monitor window here, and that shows you the same traffic that was traversing across the radio, and that's it's helpful to have that. If your system is separate from the modem, you can keep an eye on what the modem is actually doing. Okay. That's it. There are quite a few more advanced features, but these will have to be covered some other way, because these are specific to interaction with BPQ node, the BPQ32 or LinBPQ as it's known for the Linux community. Supports file transfers, and it's great. It's multi-platform. It's available on Windows, Linux, and Linux ARM as well for Raspberry Pi. And as I say, it's available on G8BPQ's website. You'll have to Google the call sign and find it that way. Or you can also have a look at my Packet Radio pages at eindhoven.space or red-heat.com.